I began to see Islam with my own eyes, as an unaltered, pure belief in the one true God, who does not generate and is not generated, with whom nothing and no one resembles. In place of the deism qualified as a tribal god and the constructions of the divine Trinity, the Quran showed me the most lucid, most direct, and most abstract concept of God, though historically the most advanced, and the least anthropomorphic. The ontological affirmations of the Quran and also its teachings struck me as profoundly plausible, so that there was no space for the slightest doubt about the authenticity of the prophetic mission of Muhammad. People who understand human nature cannot fail to appreciate the infinite wisdom of God's prohibitions and permissions for the man in the form of the Quran. For the 18th birthday of his son in 1980, he prepared a 12-page manuscript containing the things that I considered unquestionable truths from a perspective philosophical. He asked an imam from Cologne named Muhammad Ahmad Rasul to take a look at the work. After reading it, Rasul commented that if Dr. Hoffman believed what he had written, so he was a Muslim. Indeed, in a few days he declared, "I testify that there is no deity but God, and I testify that Muhammad is a messenger of God." It was on September 25, 1980. Dr. Hoffman continued his career as a German diplomat and NATO representative for 15 years thereafter to become a Muslim. "I have not experienced any discrimination in my life professional," he said. In 1984, 3.5 years after his conversion, the then German President Dr. Karl Carstens distinguished him with the Order of Merit of the Federal Republic of Germany. The German government distributed his book, Diary of a German Muslim, for all German foreign missions in the United States. Muslims as an analytical tool. Professional duties do not prevented him from practicing his religion. Previously a great connoisseur of red wine, he now politely declined offers of alcohol. How representative of the Foreign Service, occasionally had to organize working lunches for foreign guests. He participated in these lunches with an empty plate during Ramadan. In 1995, he voluntarily resigned of the Foreign Service to dedicate himself to Islamic causes. While discussing the evils caused by alcohol in individual and social life, Dr. Hoffman mentioned an incident in his own life caused by alcohol. During his years at university in New York in 1951, he once traveled from Atlanta to Mississippi. "When I was in Holy Spring, Mississippi, suddenly a vehicle, apparently driven by a drunk driver, appeared in front of his car. A serious accident ensued, taking 19 of his teeth and disfiguring his mouth. After undergoing surgery on his chin and lower hip, the hospital surgeon comforted him saying, 'Under normal circumstances no one survives an accident like this. That God has something special in mind for you, my friend.' While limping in Holy Spring after being released from the hospital with his arm in a sling, a bandaged knee and a face full of dots and iodine, he said he asked what the meaning of the surgeon's comment would be. Came to know one day, much more afternoon. Finally, 30 years later, the day I testified to my faith in the Islam, the true meaning of my survival became clear to me. A statement about your conversion. For some time, striving more and more for accuracy and brevity, I have tried to put on paper in a systematic way all the philosophical truths, which, in my opinion, can be affirmed above doubts. In the course of this effort it became clear that the typical attitude of an agnostic is not intelligent, that man simply does not escape the decision of belief, that the need for the creation of everything that exists around us is obvious, that Islam is undoubtedly in greater harmony with reality general. Thus I realized, not without being shocked, that step by step, in spite of myself even and almost unconsciously, in feelings and thoughts I became a Muslim. There was only one last step to be taken: to formalize my conversion. Today I am a Muslim,